If scrubbing the bathroom feels like a full-body workout, hang tight. Today's lineup might retire your elbow grease for good. Let's find the power scrubber that actually does the dirty work. In this video, I'm testing 6 of the most talked about electric spin scrubbers to help pick the best bathroom cleaner for tile, grout, tubs, glass, and fixtures. I'll break down real-world performance, power, RPM, battery life, ergonomics, brush head versatility, and the small annoyances that only show up when you actually use these things day after day. And yes, I'll be a bit more critical with numbers 6 and 5, while the top picks earn their spot with less compromise. 6. Bomves Electric Spin Scrubber. I started with the Bomves because, well, the spec sheet looks promising. Dual speeds at about 250 and 350 RPM, up to 90 minutes of runtime, and 8 brush heads in the box. On paper, that's enough to handle soap scum on tile, corners around the tub, and even glass without scratching, especially because the bristles are on the softer side. In the hand, it feels decently balanced, and the adjustable length, shorthand brush to a long reach around 54 inches genuinely helps for wall tiles and floor grout without awkward bending. In use, the low speed is fine for maintenance cleans. Think weekly wipe downs or slightly cloudy shower glass. Bump it up to the higher setting and it will pull up fresh grime and basic limestone around fixtures. The included variety of heads, flat, corner, dome, does give it a range. I liked the protection design. While you shouldn't dunk the handle, the brush end copes fine with splashes and rinsing, which removes one anxiety when working inside a steamy shower. But here's where the, well comes in. Torque under pressure. When I leaned into grout lines and settled the brush in tight corners, the motor bogged noticeably, especially at the lower speed. You know that moment where you feel the head slow and you instinctively lighten your hand? That happened more than I wanted, and it lengthened the time to fully clear stubborn buildup. 5. Puftem Electric Spin Scrubber. Puftem steps in with a stronger pitch. 2 speeds at 350 and 400 RPM, a digital battery display, IPX7 waterproofing, and up to 180 minutes of runtime on a fast 2.5-hour charge, plus multiple brush heads and an adjustable extension handle. On first use, that higher RPM comes through as more assertive, like the head wants to keep moving even when you press into a grout seam. The digital battery readout is a small but surprisingly helpful touch. There's no guessing at remaining power mid-clean. Let's talk performance. On tile walls with soap scum, the 400 RPM mode chews through hazy buildup faster than the gentler units. And it's especially noticeable on textured tile where scum clings to ridges. On glass, the mid-stiff flathead with the lower speed prevents chatter and keeps contact consistent. I found it easy to transition from the tub rim to vertical walls. And the waterproofing confidence means rinsing heads under a strong stream without babying the tool. Now, a few, caveats. Speed isn't everything. Torque matters more when pressure rises. While Puftem holds up better than budget entries, there's still a point where leaning in hard will slow the rotation slightly, especially with smaller, more aggressive heads on rough grout. Also, depending on the batch of brush heads, the bristle stiffness feels tuned for general multi-surface duty. If the bathroom has serious calcium deposits, an extra stiff accessory would help. 4. Highyes Electric Spin Scrubber for cleaning bathroom. Highyes positions itself as a versatile, bathroom-ready scrubber with multiple brush heads, an adjustable handle, and a 2-hour class battery life, targeted at tubs, tile, grout, and general bathroom surfaces. It feels like a balanced middleweight, easy to maneuver, not too top-heavy, and with accessory variety that covers flat panels, corners, and curved basins. In day-to-day use, the setup is quick. Snap ahead, extend the handle, tap the mode, and go. On tile, with soap film, the Highyes does well with steady contact and consistent movement. It's less prone to hop over grout ridges than some lighter heads because the bristle density feels a bit tighter. On grout itself, steady pressure yields visible lift, especially on routine discoloration, rather than deep, aged staining. Battery endurance proved adequate to handle a standard bathroom, top to bottom in one go, with some juice left for fixtures and glass. What I liked was the balance between head stiffness and surface safety. It's tough enough to agitate grime, but didn't leave micro swirls on acrylic tub walls in my tests. The adjustable handle matters more than you think. Working the back wall of a tub or the upper third of a shower stall without stooping keeps the pace up. And, importantly, the unit's splash tolerance felt confidence-inspiring in wet conditions. Though, as always, I avoided soaking the handle. Compared to the top three, you can tell this isn't the most powerful under heavy hand pressure. In deep grout, it's effective, but not rip-it-up aggressive.
3. Leebein Electric Spin Scrubber. Leebein brings that everyday workhorse with muscle energy, multiple replaceable brush heads, an adjustable and extendable handle, and a motor that maintains rotation better when pushed into corners and seams. On ceramic tile with soap scum and light mineral spotting, Leebein clears a full wall noticeably faster than the entry picks, in part because the head stays on speed, and in part because the head shapes make quick sense: flat for walls and floors, dome for tubs, cone for corners. Where it really earns the number 3 spot is grout and curve transitions. The torque retention means you can lean in just a little more without that annoying stall feeling. And the dome head in a tub's curved edge pulls up the dingy band that tends to form near the waterline. The adjustable pole gives a confident reach for ceiling height tile without weight fighting your wrists. And swapping heads is straightforward. No over-tight collars or fiddly tabs. Runtime in mixed modes covered a whole bathroom plus mirror touch-ups with comfort, and the motor note is relatively civilized, less shrill than some high RPM units, which makes longer sessions less fatiguing. The bristle quality on the standard heads feels a touch firmer than basic kits without being harsh, which helps with stubborn spots around drains and hardware. If I'm being picky, the ultra-stubborn, chalky mineral crust near older faucets still benefits from a pre-soak or descaler before the scrub. Leebein will take it off, but it's faster with a little chemical help.
Number 2. LABIGO Electric Spin Scrubber. LABIGO's package leans premium. Multiple replacement heads, an adjustable handle, and a motor system aimed squarely at deep cleaning across tile, grout, tubs, and shower glass. In my runs, LABIGO's head speed and torque pairing felt a notch sharper than the mid-pack, like it bites into buildup without demanding a heavy hand. If Puftem's advantage is battery longevity and waterproofing confidence, LABIGO's is the press-and-go efficiency, less time lingering in one spot. On floor grout, LABIGO tracked straight, didn't chatter, and actually cleaned a grout zigzag in fewer passes than most. There's a nice grip to the way its bristles engage, which keeps detergent working where you need it. The adjustable length helps pivot from floor to wall without changing your stance much, and head swaps are quick enough that rotating from flat to pointed in a single session doesn't feel like a chore. It's also a solid glass performer. At lower speed with a softer head, it clears water spots without skipping across the pane. For tubs, the dome head plus steady speed removed soap rings cleanly, and the motor didn't audibly strain unless I got a little overzealous pressing into the curve. Noise levels are manageable, and after a full bathroom in a small second space, I still had runtime to spare, aligning with its efficient power draw. A tiny nit. In tight hardware corners, the standard cone could be even narrower for surgical detail. But that's accessory talk. As a system, LABIGO feels refined, powerful, and fast. Number 1. Sweepulire Electric Spin Scrubber. Taking the top spot, Sweepulire wins by mixing high, consistent scrubbing power with excellent ergonomics and head versatility tuned for bathroom realities. Flat expanses, curves, seams, and those devilish corners around taps and shower doors. In practice, The motor feels eager without being twitchy. It keeps speed under pressure in Grout, which shortens the back and forth dance and translates to real time saved. It's that torque you can feel. The brush stays planted and grime lifts fast. The brush selection hits the sweet spot. A dependable flat for tile and glass, a dome that actually follows tub contours without losing contact, and a pointed head that gets into the junctions where tile meets metal trim. That pointed head, paired with the motor's willingness to hold rotation, cleaned the silicone edge of a shower base better than most. Fewer suds needed, fewer passes, less wrist fatigue. The handle adjustability helps hit high tile and low corners while keeping posture neutral, and weight distribution feels right at full extension. What pushed it over the top is its composure. After scrubbing a soap-scummed shower, a ringed tub, and a textured file floor, the head still felt lively, with no sense of fade, and the runtime handled a multi-area clean without edging into battery anxiety. On glass, lower speed plus the flat head gave a streak-free finish without skipping. On Grout, higher speed paired with the pointed brush delivered a clean, visible line quickly. Final thoughts. That's all for today, folks.